So I have decided, essentially on a whim, that I'm going to go for a cycle camping trip tonight. I've made this decision about 30 minutes ago. I hopped in the shower and now I have to get ready to go. I've decided to go to Conestogo Lake Conservation Area because it's only about a 40-kilometer ride. So it's still nice and close to home that if I did need to call my daughter to come and rescue me, it's not that far of a drive for her to come and pick me up. But it's still a nice amount of cycling. So I'm really excited about this, and yeah, so I'm gonna go get ready. Okay, I'm ready to pack up most of my stuff. I am literally doing this no rhyme or reason because of how impromptu this trip really is. I started with my sleeping bag, pillow, fuel canister, and stove. I set my first aid kit aside to pack in my handlebar bag, and then added my pots and a collapsible sink for dishes. And that was enough to fill my first. My second pannier added my sleeping pad and my towel, and then a lighter and my clothes. I would then later add my solar panel to the back of my bike to charge as I rode. And then after my clothes were packed, I added a small toolkit with a tire lever, pump, utility knife and patch kit. And then lastly, I added in my food, which was a dehydrated meal that I'd made a while back, oatmeal, and some snacks. I also added a bottle of Gatorade and some extra water. Then after I ate my lunch, I packed up all the gear and got ready to go. Okay, I am leaving now. It's 2:30 and it's essentially 2.5 hours since I decided I was gonna leave. And we'll see how long it takes me to do the 40K. So the first part of the trip is actually a long trail that I'm very familiar with. I take this trail, it's the Spurline Trail in Kitchener, to work. Whenever I ride my bike to work, this is the way I come. So this is definitely not new territory, just new territory with all the gear. So yeah, this is the first part of the trip and it's really nice. There's actually nobody on the trail right now, which is not normal. The gravel bit there. Yeah, loaded up. Can't really see. I'm ready to hit the trail. I will be seeing some new trail that I haven't seen before on this. Essentially at the St. Jacobs Market, and I don't know my way 100% from here, so I'm gonna have to stop and consult the map in a second. After passing the St. Jacobs Market, I continued along King Street right into the town of St. Jacobs where I passed through, and surely I was making my own summer memories. Once I got through the town of St. Jacobs, I passed through this really cool tunnel that is under Arthur Street. And I actually never knew this existed, even though I travel down Arthur Street into Elmira on a weekly basis in the wintertime. So this is a really cool find that I didn't know existed before. And once I made it to Elmira, I decided to take a short milkshake break for about 15 minutes. After my milkshake break, I continued along Arthur Street through the downtown of Elmira until I made it to the trailhead, which was, for me, the start of the Kissing Bridge Trail. And this part for me was really the highlight of the entire route because this trail was absolutely stunning. The Kissing Bridge Trail has been awesome. I'm actually really sad. My time on it is going to come to an end very soon. And then I'm on highway again. But here it comes. The road I ended up turning down was line 3, and it was actually pretty decent to travel on because there wasn't a whole lot of traffic. And on the way, I saw plenty of cows, and it was really nice scenery too. Now, Google Maps said that the terrain was relatively flat. However, I would argue that there were quite a few rolling hills, especially in the moment. I could feel it. I don't know if you can tell, but that looks like straight freaking up. We'll see how I can handle that. At least there's a view when there's an uphill. I'm going about walking pace. And pretty sure I'm in the lowest gear I can possibly be in. Then once I made it up the hill, which wasn't actually that bad, I made it to Conestogo Lake, where I went to the park office and I checked in. Here's my site, nice and secluded. I did originally go down there, but my site had no picnic table because the neighbor had taken it and they were blaring country music. So needless to say, I did not want to be there. So I just asked if I could move my site and they were fine with it. Now I'm in a spot where like there's one person back there, but mostly it's empty. Made it. It was about 2 or 43 kilometers. Most of it was on trail. It was pretty decent. I am just sitting now. I've got my tent set up. I've got my bedding in, and my daughter and her friend are actually going to come and join, which means that they're going to bring their own tent and a car. So tomorrow morning, I think I will just throw my gear in with the car when they go home, and just take essentials with me for my ride home. So I will have a lighter load on the way home, which it's cheating, but it's okay. My head hurts. I did put some like electrolyte in my water bottle, and I did stop at like one of those coolers on the side of the road. I got a ginger ale, which I think is pretty good, but my head still hurts. I did have that Gatorade, so I'm trying to drink that. I am not even remotely hungry for dinner, so I might not even eat those dehydrated meals that I brought. I brought 2 pepperoni sticks. I might just eat those. I have some snacks if I want, but I'm really not in the mood to cook, so pepperoni sticks and Gatorade is going to be my dinner tonight. So I have always wanted to know, will my bike fit in the vestibule in the outer space? And the answer is yes. There's a little bit of the handlebar poking, but it's very minimal, and I could probably adjust it inside to mitigate that, but pretty impressed. Yeah, like there. Now it's not. Ouch. My hair got caught. But yeah, pretty decent. Fits in the vestibule. And it has another entrance at the back, so I'll just start using that one instead of that. So the fact that I forgot my lock makes it a little less worrisome because I can hide my bike away. That's cool. I decided to explore around the area, and behind the bathrooms I found this path which led its way to the beach area. So the beach was actually quite nice. There were quite a few people in the water. I decided not to go swimming this evening, but just simply put my feet into the water, and it was a really nice temperature. daughter arrived, we had a nice fire where we roasted some hot dogs and marshmallows. And it was a pretty great evening. So, a little recap. I'm clearly not on my bike and I came home actually the next morning. So the headache that I had when I got to the site, it didn't go away. It actually started getting worse despite me guzzling down some electrolytes and eating some food, even to the point that in the night at about 2:30 when I had to get up to go to the washroom, it was full-blown headache. It was pretty bad. When I got back to the bed, I just lied still. I did fall back asleep, and at 6:30 when my alarm went off, I was still having a bit of a headache, and I decided that I was going to take the car home, swap it out for our bigger car, put the bike rack on it, and then went back so that I could pack up all of our gear and bring my bike home. So I didn't ride back home. But I think that I still had a really great Saturday. And my Sunday was pretty great too. Once I got home, I did take an ibuprofen to help the pain in it. It actually was the thing that made the headache go away. So I tried to, I was totally hydrated. It wasn't dehydration. So yeah, that's what happened. And so the stats on this trip from Kitchener to Conestogo Lake, my total distance was 43 kilometers. It took me 2 hours and 49 minutes of ride time, not including my breaks. And I did take the pace a little slower, 15.3 kilometers per hour. This is what happens when I don't have someone to have to keep up with. It was a great trip, and despite what happened, the lesson learned is just to make sure that my first aid kit is fully stocked next time. Thanks for watching.